Alright. Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm the Seven Swords. It has been a while since we've done anything with Factorio, quite a few weeks now, but I've decided to get back into it. Um, Most of it was just because of personal life, things I had to deal with, things I was taking care of. The other is what will most likely be probably be obvious to anybody who's been paying attention to what's been going on with YouTube lately. Um, hey Wolf. As far as coming back to streaming though, I can't say that I'm back permanently. There's a good chance that I may pick up streaming for every other week. We are going to try to go back to Sundays. I do know it is Monday. Um, I was busy doing um, shopping yesterday because I had to take care of that at a bad time. So I ended up not being able to stream. But um, we will be going back to streaming. We will be going to streaming on Sundays when we do get back to when that is my day. I'm going to be aiming to stream for the future. Um, Now I did do some. Now I have not playing Factorio. I haven't been playing this save. We haven't. This is everything's the way it was when we last played. But I did do some tests with some of the mechanics in this. For one, we'll notice stone is currently our backlog. So what I have found is we can actually increase this and actually will get a lot better. But I was trying to figure out how best to increase it. Obviously, we need more flux recyclers. But the question becomes how to power it. Because obviously I can't put the substations up here because there's not enough room for them and having it still work the way it's been working so far. So what I'm thinking we'll do is if I use power poles like such, then we'll be able to have the power poles transmitting the power, and we'll be able to do this because I feel like we'll eventually want to increase the rest of these, like maybe have copper have more, maybe do more with iron and stone and stuff like that when we need it, so that this flows a bit better, because obviously we need these resources flowing because um, this is free resources versus other ways that I'm getting resources take um, other processes to make the resources. This literally will never stop. Nothing goes into this, not power, not a resource, nothing. So it's best to use that. Um, so what I might do, oh, I forgot to hook it up with pipes. So what we might start doing is we might start looking into having me copy this and then pasting it on the others once we need to start worrying about that. But right now we have plenty of flux fluid. Um, I'm under the impression as long as it's above 20, which it doesn't look like it's staying above 20. Okay. That is completely understandable. We can easily fix that. Now, I don't plan on adding them unless they start backing up, because it's obviously not necessary. I don't want to have a bunch of these unless we need them, and obviously stone is still a big process. I might add another one in because, as we can see, we are still getting slow stone. Oh yeah, I forgot. I saw that I messed this up and had this facing the wrong way, which is why it's still pulling stone in from the other way, because I had it marked in the wrong to control its flow. So now that it's controlling its flow, we should have this stone being used up more as it melts it down. And again, the reason we do that is so that it's not constantly melting stone down just to make more stone in the processes up here. So the next thing we're going to look at, if we run way over here, we're being using this system, which basically takes the Fulgoran scrap process and completely automates it. I'd like to eventually figure out a way to make this better, but as of right now, this is how we're going to be leaving this, and we're going to be looking into trying to get in a few more things. Um, Obviously, blue circuits are good because we're not using blue circuits at present, but I do think we are using red circuits because I think that red circuits are in the electric engines. No, they're not. So we're actually not using red circuits as far as I can tell. We just haven't had that many. Interesting that we filled up on blue before we filled up on red. But then again, I'm not surprised by that. I do find it interesting, I don't find it surprising. But what will we continue to do? I don't think... Now, I might be incorrect on this, but I'm wondering if... I know I knew the key for accessing the... That'll... See? No, that does that. I know at one point in time I figured out how to do the crafting recipes, but I seem to have forgotten how to get to this screen. I will have to try and figure out that keybind later. But last time we were looking into this void receptacle, and we let one detonate, which happened way over here. Which this is the land that was left behind, and I now can't remove because it was detonated way over there. We're not going to fly over there, obviously, because of the fact that I don't want to fly that far. But, go back into this. Do we need... I think that normal engines are used in blue science. Yes. But as far as that goes, they don't look like they're used in anything else. So, we will be looking into making blue science with them, so we'll need at least one belt of blue science going up in order to have the process to make blue science in the future. Again, this base's entire purpose is to create the sciences and to run the process to get more science finished. I'm not going to run that as far up as the others because this only gets used in blue science, and I don't know when we're going to start the sciences. Probably once we have everything that we need to crafted. Now, as far as engine units go, we use them in robot frames, and that's actually it. So robot frames will be the only thing we need them for, which we're going to be making robot frames. I think robot frames are actually... Wait a minute. Aren't robot frames in yellow science? Yes, they are. So we will be needing them to make robot frames. Eventually, what I plan on doing when I make the next base, as we're going to do the same thing with this base as we did with this base, turn off pollution. I didn't realize that those persisted through games. There was a game I was playing recently where I was playing with enemies on, so I could practice my military. But one thing, we're going to keep this base like we kept this base, but we're going to then build a third base, which is then going to hopefully be the base we're going to start using as our final base, which I don't know if we're going to do trains. I don't know if we're going to do something else. We also might have to build another nuclear reactor at some point. Right now our power supply is fine, but obviously the more bases we build, the more power we're going to need. But yes, I believe... Do we work on robot frames next? Because these go into robot frames. Do they go into anything else that I'm going to want to make on demand by belt? Not really, because all the rest of this stuff is as needed. Robot frames are the only thing we're going to be using up regularly. Which we can then make the utility science pack which is made from robot frames, low-density structures, and blue circuits. So robot frames are the only thing left, which we need batteries, green circuits, steel, and electric units. Okay. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take this down. Because we're just going to make the robot frames next and let the electric units go into robot frames. There. Oh yeah, because it's all in my logistics network to deal with to be dealt with by my bots. Yes, my minions come and sort my stuff. It's one reason why I love having a bot network. Alright, let's see. So we have to do a 4 thing with this. We have an option for 3 easily, but we need 4. So we're gonna have to combine 2 of them together. So let's take a look at our robot frames. And we need the most of blue circuits, the least is steel and electric units. So we have electric units and steel be brought together. So if we do this, eventually we'll come to steel. This is probably one of the worst spots for underground belts, but that's fine. Now we have steel. Which then can go into this. We bring it this way. And now what we'll do is we'll go to our constructors, and we'll do it like right here maybe. 3. You make robot frames. And 3. So now we have 2 of the resources. We just need green circuits and batteries. Batteries further this way? I feel as though they shouldn't be. I feel as though we should have batteries. Because I know batteries are being made in the scrap. Batteries. Here they are. So this one can be stopped here. I'm pretty sure we shouldn't have to worry about having more batteries. I can always run another belt if I need to. Same with green circuits. Well, we can't run another belt of green circuits because green circuits is already at as many belts as I think it could handle. But we could always fix this later if we need to. Because there are ways for me to fix that. Yeah, green circuits is being run as many belts as it can because they're used in so many different things. Now, the warehouse can go here. And now I need to think about the fact that I messed up. Because I obviously wouldn't want it to be in parallel, which means I need to move it further down. Good news is I realized this prior to building the entirety of its factory. Now we do a vertical flip. And now we have what we need. So this one can go into there. And then we can do this. Again, they don't have to be fast. It's possible that we will not be getting enough resources through a single belt like this, but that is fine. For now, the system is all proof of concepts. It's just another starter base. You can tell because there's no concrete and no lights. Get rid of these. And now, place them into there. And then I also would like to add another of these. And we'll go ahead and run some power up there. And then run some power over here. Here, one here. This way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way, and that way. And then what we can do, now that we have that set up, I was about to say, there comes the bulk inserters. Nice being at that point in the game where I can just pay something down and know that it'll eventually get built at some point by my minions. Can I put in these productivity modules? That's a great idea. Although right now we only have enough for we only have enough for 2 machines. We might look into it later. Technically these need speed modules because they have plenty of resources coming in. But we'll look into it later. For now, we now should have all of what yellow science needs for its construction. We know we have all of red science because we have gears and we have copper. We do not have all of green science because we need to make belts and inserters. But we have everything we need to make inserters and everything we need to make belts. We don't have all of military science yet. And we are going to be doing military science because, for those who need to be reminded, because it has been a while since I've said anything about it, the main goal of this Let's Play, or live streams, the main goal of this series is to get to the Shattered Planet. For those who don't know what the Shattered Planet is, it's basically the planet farthest out from Factorio. You're not actually supposed to try to go there, but I am. I want to try and go there because people have gone there before who are a lot better at this game than me, but also have shown that it's not very difficult to get there. So our goal is to get to the Shattered Planet. Sulfur, red circuits. We need to look into sulfur because I don't think we're making sulfur anywhere yet, and I think I need to figure out if there's going to be a way for me to make it, or if I'm going to have to figure out a way to jerry-rig that in. Rails we obviously need to make because not only do we need rails for this base, but we're going to need rails for the next base. Electric furnaces and productivity modules. Not only are we needing to make productivity modules, this base eventually will be either feeding into or I'll make another base dedicated to just making modules so that we can get as many high-tiered modules as possible. Yellow science, low density frames, and processing units, we have utility science already set up. It's completely finished. There's no need to worry about it. It's completely made. White science needs ice, iron plates, and carbon. We can make this on the planet thanks to our settings. We have iron. We don't have carbon. We don't have ice. These two will probably be brought in by the void. Metallurgic science, Obviously, we don't have that yet. We have molten copper ready. We don't have the tungsten, either of the tungstens. I've got to decide whether or not I want to deal with agricultural science since it has the pentapod eggs. Electromagnetic science, again, not one we have because it's an off-planet world. And then, of course, cryogenic and Promethean, we don't even have researched yet, so we're not even worried about them. As far as the void sciences, we will be trying to automate these, but these are also going to be kind of annoying. This one we have everything for. This one we can make them for, but we don't have everything we need yet. And this one, same deal. So, next we're going to work on green science. We're just going to work our way up the sciences now, since I've been kind of bouncing around randomly. We're going to work our way up the science tree. We need to make inserters and belts. Which I can easily make going over, if we go over to, first let's make us a warehouse. Because I need to have an idea of where this is going to go. I believe each warehouse is 5 apart, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's 4 apart. That's right, because it's enough for me to fit one of these between. Now that's just a placeholder. We have our blueprints. That's a 3-in-1, not what I'm looking for. I was looking for my 2-in-1, but it appears that my blueprints for those have been lost again. Wonderful. A bunch of 3-to-1s. Okay, we'll just have to make a, we'll just have to work on making a 2-to-1 process right now. Okay, and then where is... The first one we're going to make, since this is the 2-to-1, we're going to need a 3-to-1 for our inserters. But we need a 2-to-1 for our belts. Which then, what I can do, I will take you. And now what I will do is I will place this right here. Yes, I'm going to be putting yellow belts into a warehouse. I realize that this is pointless. Actually, yeah, this is pointless. Let's not do that. Let's not make this more cluttered over here with warehouses than what we need, especially since we are making yellow belts for the bot system somewhere else. Not entirely sure where else, but somewhere else. So first, this one to go up to there. And then we'll do this one there, and then we'll bring that back so that it's, oh. And we'll bring that back so that it can now be connected to the system. Which this can then underground belt through here, which we'll go ahead and do. Just so that the belts are not being cause problems, and this needs iron plates and iron gears. Now we will go get the iron gears and the iron plates for it. To a certain degree, this is interesting because of the fact that it feels like normal Factorio as long as I'm not noticing that I'm in the middle of a void ocean or using void tech. Arguable that I should be considering doing something about that, to where void tech is more noticeable. But at its base, it is void tech. Which one is this? weird to see that there's nothing on the belt. Oh, it's iron. So that just means the gears are getting used up right now, and we're not recycling that many gears. That makes sense. And that's fine. Redundant systems are redundant. Alright. And now this. And then we do power poles. And then finally connect to these. Now, we probably are not going to need that many of these, but I would like to have them as quickly as possible, and I might eventually change my mind to where instead of just belting these, we might actually belt all the different levels of belt. That we're making belts as quickly as possible. Oh crap, I copied them without them being, their second arms being marked properly. I was wondering why they weren't making anything. There we go. Now it's fixed. And then what we can do real quick, just so we have this. 2, 2, 1. And then go ahead and do the presets as 0. Create that blueprint. We can go ahead and put that back into here. That takes care of our belts. Now, these are 3-to-1s. So what I will do with that, I don't need that big of a copy of this. Actually, I'm gonna do this because this will make this easier on me. That can be removed and that can be removed. Great belt. We're gonna go ahead and bring it to here. Will be fine. And bring it this way. This up. I am noticing now that I made a mistake. The setup here is not entirely correct. Also, these need to be set to be inserters so I don't get confused on what I'm bringing over. But I just realized I should have waited for these because I don't know if I'm going to be making all of this stuff for sciences yet. But that's fine. It's fine. We figure it out later. Alright, so we need iron gears, iron plates, iron gears, and green circuits. So we'll probably hook up the green circuits first, and then hook up the, we will probably hook up green circuits first, and then hook up the, other stuff. But what I need right now is I need green belts, which, belts are probably running green belts to me right now. They should be. Oh, they're taking all the green belts I just took. Let's fix that. Oh. Oh, because it's trashing unrequested. There we go. Are you talking about the trashing the unrequested, or are you talking about the? Are you talking about me realizing that I haven't made all the sciences, so I'm now gonna have just these random belts running that are gonna be resources that are gonna be very specific need? Because either way, it's not really that big of a deal. If I was going for perfection in this, I missed that mark a long time ago. That's the green circuits. There are our gears, and these are our plates. So many roboports. Probably way more than I need. Or way fewer than I need. I have no idea. We need to do a, I need to clear out my inventory of blueprints. Which I found, with these settings, this is the easiest way to do that. Steel chest. Better arm. Let's see. Don't need you. Don't need you. Need you. Don't need you. Don't need you. Don't need you. I have a 3-to-1 in my inventory. My blueprint box. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. Don't need you. Need you. Don't really need you. Don't need you. That is part of the reactor, so I don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. That I need. That I need. Actually, might not need this one. I don't need this one. That's the weaker reactor. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. Nope. 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 No. No. And we'll keep this one. There we go. Now we just got rid of all the blueprints in our books. Oh, there's my crafting recipes. I forgot I put them in a box. Or in a book. Oops. Nope. Now at least we have them. And then, of course, we can tear all of this down. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's a big oof on both of them. But it's fine. Oh, right. We were supposed to run these separately so that... We were supposed to run them separately like this so that we could then... Not a big deal. Where is the... How did I mess that up? Oh... Huh. Oh, that was... Issues are issues. No biggie. We'll go ahead and run this up and get rid of this. I like how you can see like multiples of myself because of the fact of the way I was doing that. There we go. Now we have inserters being created. Alright. I'm trying to figure out what word you just typed, but my brain just keeps going phenomenon. Da 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 phenomenon. Da 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 phenomenon. Alright. So that takes care of green it takes care of green science. Ba ba ba. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll have to see if I can remember to remind you to explain it to me later. A mama. I hate the English language. If it wasn't for the fact that I think I'm probably incapable of learning another language, I probably would abandon it and go to a different language. Which language would I go to? I have a few different languages that I think if I was able to learn how to, that if I could snap my fingers and instantly know, I would want to. What is this one? Oh, this is where we use flux load to turn stuff into the stuff. Not exactly what I want to do. Useful, not what I want to do. Interesting. These entropy techs are interesting, and I'm wondering if I should be considering using these instead of the sheds. Because that gives me a lot of stuff I would need, but I don't have access to regularly. And we'll look into it in the future. We don't actually need this. Doesn't mean I'm not going to get it eventually. A lot of techs I technically do not need, but I grab anyways. Primordial ammo. Nice. The productivity for scrap recycling would really help our scrap situation. Greater productivity modules. It's interesting that I can see all of the all of the locked sciences at once now. We've made a lot of progress. How far am I from getting this? Oh, I need rocket turrets, which I need Gleba science for. I could probably throw them into the queue, which I'm going to. We'll also throw that into the queue. And we'll throw... I want this, but I don't want to make it. I just want it to be an upgrade like the other one. How does our thing look? So we are missing a few spots. We might do that eventually then. I forgot that we had regular armor. Let's see, what would I want to, let's see, what languages would I want? French? French would be nice. From what I've heard of the French language, I like the French language. I'm gaslighting myself into trying to remember whether or not Russian is a language. I'm pretty sure it is. Although I think isn't it according to Speak Russian, all you have to do is drink vodka? Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought that was what it was. As I take as if he was answering yes to my question. I am aware that it's not just drinking vodka to learn to speak Russian. If it was that simple, I would know Russian. Did I say German? I think I was holding it back on German. Japanese. That's what dubbed is for. Why would I learn Japanese? It's already being translated to English. If it's not dubbed, it's not worth watching. That's always been my thought process. Because obviously, if it was worth watching, they'd dub it. I forgot we were just throwing away these void crystals. Where are we getting our void crystals from? Because I thought we had void crystals as a I thought we had void crystals set up. We don't. Okay, that's interesting. Now, I may be insane. Okay, there's not a maybe there. I am insane. But we could always use this new tech to get the void crystals and use the unstable void catalyst. I just have to pray that I never get an unstable catalyst, or at least that I build it far enough away. Which I could always build it far enough away, because I could build it like right here. You're supposed to help me out here, not call me insane. I am a completely something individual. We are all insane down here. That's why you can say it with confidence. Every time I hear the word confidence, I think of Jeff Dunham. With confidence. Artillery wagons take reinforced concrete and tungsten now? Then again, I don't know what they took before because I never built artillery wagons. I never needed a weapon system so powerful. One reason why I want to do a military run of this game. I want to do something where I can do more military type stuff. Let's see. We've gotten set up for red. We've gotten set up for green. Black military science. We need military science. We need chemical science, which takes sulfur. We need productivity science, which takes. So we're waiting on this one because we haven't made. Because we are making the individuals now. I have all of the basics. Because like. Bullets, grenades, walls don't go into anything else. Sulfur doesn't go into anything else. Rails, electric furnaces, and productivity modules don't go into anything else. So yeah. Steampunk Factorio with normal map generation. Hey, if you want to make that for us to do it on, I'm completely fine with that. I think I'm going to miss the time speed mod, but... Which we could have the time speed mod, we just can't go to other planets, but you can always... mod in use the mod of build on any planet. It's up to you. I don't care either way. I don't mind. I will admit this is not going to be a super long stream. I will probably only stream for an hour. I just wanted to get back into it and make some progress. You don't have the DLC? I don't even know if we can play together then. You have to disable the DLCs. And then you remove quality from the game. Quality insurance. Wait, no. Quality items. No one has money. Money is a concept I've created to control the masses. True enough, true enough. Money's expensive. So do I want to push to military science, or do I just want to start making the sciences? let's take a look at... We could do... This is the only one that I'm thinking that we currently aren't ready for other than military science. We have everything for this one. We have everything for this one. We have all but sulfur for this one, but I think I'm just going to avoid in sulfur. And we have everything for this one. So this is the only one we're really missing as far as its individual components go. Now, we need to make productivity modules, which are made with the circuitry, which we already have the red and green circuits on demand, so we're good there. I need to look at both electric furnaces and rails to see what I'm missing to make the two of those. We're not missing anything for electric furnaces. We have stone bricks, at least I think we should. We have red circuits, and we have steel plates. So we should be good for electric furnaces. As far as rails go, we have stone, we have steel plates, we need iron sticks. So iron sticks is the only thing we need to make for rails, and then we just need to make the electric furnaces and the productivity modules, which we have everything on demand for those. So this is the only one we're going to need to make separately. To make iron sticks, I don't even know how to make an iron stick. Oof, that's expensive. I don't know if we can handle that. I don't think we're ready for iron sticks. I have to say, one of the things I do not like about Space Age that really annoyed me when I found out about it is the fact that that you have to get up to like pretty decently high in the tech tree to get access to iron sticks. Like, it's a green science. Like, it should not be that expensive. There we go. Oh no, I have it facing the wrong way. There we go. Oh, wait. Is it said I just want to bring up like this, that like just pull this and pull this up here just to get it over with? The one thing I need to do next time I do this is I need to have all of the basic. I have to have the. What I want to eventually do is I want to have the resources in ascending order. So like iron and copper should be over here, because like they're used in almost everything. The more complex the item, the farther it needs to be to the right, or to the left, depending on which side I'm crafting on. Where is it? There it is. And go. Not to mention, now that I think about it, iron sticks are only used in one science, which is really weird with how basic of a thought process it is. Alright, next we're going to make rails, because I do need to put those in a warehouse. So stone, steel, and sticks. So it's a 3. Let's grab the 3. Oh wait, not that one. It's this one. We're gonna put it way over here. Oops. Forgot to make it. I forgot to mark them. I really need to upgrade these to green blueprints. I'm now going to start wishing that I could set up have a way of saying green blueprints, like I can decide what belts it's built with. I wonder if that's a way you can do that. I know the parameters are set, but I don't know if there's a way to do it to that fine of detail. Probably isn't. Okay, so that goes to there. That goes to there. 1, 2. And that goes to there. You go out to here. You go out to here. You go out to here. And replace the ones I accidentally got rid of. Is that? Alright, so the first one is going to be sticks. And then the next one needs to be stone and steel. And the problem with stone and steel is, oh, it's only one each. I thought it was, oh no, that we need like 30 of these. That's right. There's a good chance that the science that uses this isn't going to have enough. There's a good chance I'm going to struggle with building enough of them across. It's stone and steel. Which, I think steel's over here somewhere. There's steel. And then this one will be stone. There's stone. Stone. Steel. Let's stand here for a moment. Let the bots run some stuff over because I'm missing a couple of things. Not much, but some. Now, we're gonna put this as far to the left as possible because I don't feel like going down and figuring out where it's supposed to be. And now, I need to get this bot network, this one hooked into the network. Right there, to there, to there. There we go. Void Block is a mod which basically makes it to where the entire ocean is nothing but void. 1 second, we'll go ahead and check it out. This purple ocean is nothing but void. The only thing that I started with was this little green circle 8 streams and several videos ago, because I used to just record this directly. But basically everything comes from, it originally came from these warehouses, which have a random chance of crafting all of these different items to start with. Then utilizing Factorio's mechanics, I then work my way through it in order to create the entirety of the base we have now. Thanks to one of the settings, we don't have to travel to the other planets, but I do have Space Age installed, and we're using the Space Age content. But I can craft everything on here on Navis. And this is now our current thing. We currently have 2 separate bases. Like, if I scroll out here, this is one base down here, and this is another base up here. But a void block is a nice way of getting infinite resources without what normally feels like very broken of infinite resources. It has a very mechanical way of reaching that area. Like, I can use these, but I have to deal with the fact that sometimes they'll back up. Like right now, coal is backing up because I'm not voiding enough coal. But I can always go over and recycle more coal, which if I recycle coal, it then gets turned into void flux to be turned into more items. which is why I have them all going into these warehouses and the warehouses are controlling how much can go into them based on where it's pulling from. If it's pulling from here, it's allowed to fill the warehouse to full. But if it's coming from one of the other ways of making it, it prevents it from going in if there's over a certain amount. Hopefully that was a good enough explanation to help you out. If you want a better explanation, I suggest just going to the beginning of the series and watching from the beginning. I apologize for some of the content. I wouldn't say new to streaming, but I'm not as good at it as I wish I was. Glad to help. It is the reason I'm doing this I do this series is because I want to show off the Void mod. I think this is one of the coolest mods that has been made for Factorio, and if you were a fan of the C block challenge, Void block is a nice callback to it without it being as annoyingly slow. It's much faster than C block because the way of getting resources is a lot quicker. Speaking of which, since we should probably check on that, since it's been a project we've been working on, let's go check our disgusting slime quota. 3.5 stacks of epic disgusting slime in there, and 4 and about a half stack of disgusting slime in there. So we have quite a bit of epic disgusting slime, which will be eventually when we unlock legendary. We'll be turning it into legendary disgusting slime for no other purpose than I think it's going to be funny. But we are getting close to the end of today's stream. We have made a lot more progress. When we started the stream, we were about here. So we've added in our rowboat frames. We've belted belts, inserters, made the sticks to make the rails. We are now making our rails, which we now have over a chest, over a warehouse full of rails. These will not only be used in the science, but like I said, our next goal is probably going to be a base involving trains. I can't say I am extremely good at setting up a train system, but I will be doing my best. And thanks to a book I downloaded from Lucifer Senpai's Grid Rail Blueprints book that I got off of Google, we have access to a lot of different types of rails, including the new elevated rails. So we'll be able to use those to help build out our rail network when we get around to doing it. But as of right now, we're still not at that point yet because I need a lot more. I want to finish this base before we go to that base. But I do feel like a train network is probably going to be better than this massive belt circuit board that is currently going on. Since all of this looks like a circuit board, except for our nuclear reactors down here. They do not look like a circuit board. Everything else does, though. But, like I mentioned, I'm only going to be streaming for an hour today. Yes, trains. We must have the choose. But I will be trying to get back into streaming every week. I cannot promise that it will be every week, but I can promise that I will attempt that. Like I've said before, I will be aiming for Sundays normally, not Mondays. Mondays are my backup stream day. I couldn't stream yesterday due to personal stuff, but hopefully we will be going back to streaming on Sundays. I can't promise that it's always going to be Factorio. There are other things that I plan on streaming. Satisfactory might make a comeback. I currently am not doing Satisfactory because I lost interest in it for a little bit. It's not that I think it's a bad game. I just currently don't have an interest in streaming it. I'm wondering if we should have done red circuits. Excuse me while I tangent off to a completely side subject. But I wonder if we should have done red circuits. How hard is it to make red circuits? I don't remember them being very much more difficult than green circuits in truthfulness. They really aren't. Thank you you for the subscription, Hex. I appreciate I appreciate you subscribing. Welcome to the Seven Swords Hordes family. Hope you enjoy the content. On top of streaming, I also do I am also doing a Skyrim Let's Play. I do apologize. The early videos have low. My voice is not very loud. I did not realize how low my recording volume was, but I currently am really enjoyed the series, and it is continuing. We are well over 100 episodes now, and it is one of my longest running series, and it has no sign of stopping at this point. There are a couple of current videos going out that are a little difficult to watch because their audio is screwed up because YouTube flagged the mod's audio for that particular mod I was playing through. I am aware of the situation now, so we won't be going back to that mod, even though I was enjoying it. The good news is we got about as far as we need to before I realized there was anything wrong with it, but now we won't be going back to it. But if you do enjoy Factorio, I will be doing more Factorio on this channel. I will be trying to do others as well. But it was good to see all of you. Thanks for coming out to view it, and I hope I'll see y'all next week. See y'all later. Bye.